I'm Nicole. Welcome to or back to my channel. I wanted to do something different. I've got all these tarot decks, so many different categories I could put them in. Some of them could be in several categories, so I was like, let's do something with it. So today's category is mini / pocket decks. All of these decks are also in a regular size deck. So if you're interested in them, but you think they're too small, you can get them a regular size deck. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the one on top. And it is the smallest one that I have. The Line Strider Tarot Mini. This is called Mini instead of Pockets. So this deck is in a very flimsy box. And I don't think it has a little book with it, does it? I don't think it did. If it did, it's not in my box. So anyway, they're pretty cheap. I can't remember. The details on them aren't very well. So what I mean by that is if you like the artwork enough, I would buy the bigger deck as well. Because in the regular size deck, you can see the details and the artwork. I mean, it's a beautiful deck, and I really think that, let me try to find a card real quick that I did, like this card. In the regular size deck, you can see the beautiful artwork. It's hard to see it in a smaller deck. Some of these cards that are my favorite, they're just not my favorite in this deck. I didn't really have a favorite in this deck, unfortunately. I don't know, this card's pretty, but... And I don't even think these are in order, are they? So that is the tiniest one I have. So I'm glad I went with that one first so I could show you. They're all bigger than this one. The next one, the Santa Marita Tarot Book of the Dead. They do come with little tiny books that have, they're in several languages. The little scribble ones are, so scary. I don't pronounce a lot of things right because I don't hear it. You know, it's not something you hear every day. And I'm learning to say the correct words, the correct pronunciation. I got some feedback, and it was good feedback, but people could say things in a better way. But the pronunciation on a lot of things that I say, I don't hear things. Like, I'm a solitary witch, you know, I don't really hear things, so I'm pronouncing it the way I think it should be pronounced. And there are different ways to pronounce things. But if I look it up, sometimes there is, like I said, different ways to pronounce things. So anyway, I am working on that. So back to this little tiny book. It'll have a description, like a few words, maybe a sentence or two. So this one is also prettier than the larger deck. I love it. I love how the different suits, they have different color, but each card in each suit, like a king or whatever, it has the same theme. It's just a different color. I wouldn't say it's the same card. I'm not saying that, and just in a different color. I'm saying it's very similar. And someone had a review on Amazon, and that's where I saw it. And they put out the different suits, but there were different photos, so you could look at the photos and you're like, oh, I see the, you know, the similarities and the themes. So I really like this deck. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful deck. It's really pretty, isn't it? It's a beautiful deck. And it has some dark images. So I think this deck could go with another theme that I will be doing. That has been the card. Speaking of bent cards, I got a deck that was supposed to be brand new, I never sent it back though. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't because the book was in the middle of the deck. When you shuffle a deck and it's all mixed together and there's cards reversed and stuff, that's what it was like. And one of them was completely ruined, one of the cards. And I think there might have been a few other cards that were damaged in the corner. So what I think they're doing is rewrapping them with shrink wrap, which is pretty simple to do. So I wasn't very happy about that. I mean, if you're going to send it back, don't use it first. But at the same time, I can't say that because I did that with a deck. 2 decks. I'm like, well, I'll go ahead and do the review and then I will send it back. I already had it open anyway, you know. But, so I can't say a lot. Okay, here's deck number 3. There's 4 that are from the same company, same size in a row. This one's Night Sun Tarot. And, of course, these all have the little booklets in different languages. I mean, if you're new to tarot, I probably wouldn't get these because of the little booklets. Or you could just buy an actual tarot book and learn. So these are still in order. The only thing I don't like about this deck is they all have this border. It's pretty bland. It's like a tan color. Here, I'll show you. But to me, they are. Oops. See? Sorry, when I record, I lose my words. So please, if you're new to this channel, or even if you're not, I'm not stupid, I promise. Far from it. All right. So this one is the Tarot of the New Vision. Let's call it New Vision. It's got the booklet. I like decks where do you see the backs of the cards? Where you can't tell if it's upright or reverse. Yeah, these, I have done a reading with these. These are all reverse. I bought 3 of these decks at one time on, was that Magic? It's called Magic World. I was using them. These are like the typical Rider-Waite, but they're different. It's the backs of them. Like what would be in the back, the background. Seeing them from the back. And then there's other decks similar to this that I bought one, but I didn't buy the right version of it. Like it didn't have a book with it. So I'm actually selling that one. I got to replace it before I can take it off my shelf. There's in between. So what would be in between 2 cards? And then you have the ones that are before the photo and after the photo, what would happen. So they're interesting. So these are all the backs. So if you're looking, I guess this would be okay for learning, but some decks I don't feel like are good for beginners. I would start with the regular Rider-Waite. Although the regular Rider-Waite that I had, I didn't feel connected to. It was cheap, and I see why. Because they're not spiritual. Like, when someone's making the deck, are they creating it, or are they just recreating it? Just printing it off. And those are the ones you're not going to feel a spiritual connection to. So, I don't suggest doing that, honestly. I mean, for obvious reasons, you're not going to feel a connection. So, this is the one that I took on the trip that I never even had time to use. Because we were literally busy the whole time. So much for a vacation, relaxation. This one is Pagan Cats. I'm not pagan, but... And all of these decks have this card with it. And I love, like I said, I love these. Doesn't matter, so you're not going to know whether it's upright or reverse. And, oh, just happened to be the moon card. I think this one's here for a reason. I think I was trying to do something with it. Oh, and I think all the decks have these with them too. It's a really cute deck. I think the regular deck has different languages. You know, I have the English, and then there's another one. I'll have 2 more down here. of the name of the card. Some of these are tricky. So the Knight, I think it's the Knight and Page. Looks similar than King and Queen do, the symbols. See in the corner there? It makes it hard to tell which is which. And the aces are ones. So I don't suggest this for a beginner at all. I mean, I guess you could learn just like you learn anything else. So some decks change the name of the card. Like the Fool is called Innocence or Innocent. And then like the Knights might be Princesses, and instead of Wands might be staffs, and instead of Pentacles might be coins. You get what I'm saying? All right. So this one I done a review on. So if you haven't seen that one, I'll go ahead and I apologize that I haven't done reviews on all these. I had this on top. And this one actually has a book. And it did cost more than the rest of them. It's the most expensive mini one I have. So it's got an actual book with it. And again, you can't tell whether it is upright or reverse. These are matte. They're not silky at all. They're beautiful. I have to say this deck isn't quite as small as the others. So for that reason, they were able to get more details in it. And I think that's why they done it the size that they did. Because they probably try to do it smaller and notice that the details become less noticeable and smaller. It is Kim Krantz. Yeah. So she has kids books too for like babies. They're so cute. You should definitely look into them. And she has a book that talks about her life. And I was going to buy it because it was on sale. And I can't remember what happened. But I didn't buy it. I probably just forgot. Sometimes I get to work thinking, you know, oh, it's dead. I'll look on Amazon and stuff, see if anything's on sale. And I'll buy it. And then we get busy and I just forget. But this is a beautiful deck. Am I a fan of the matte feeling? I mean, honestly, I don't even know if I've used these, have I? And that's beautiful. That is beautiful. I never got the regular size deck of this one because when it came out, I wasn't ready yet. Because this is not a beginner deck. As you can tell, not all the cards have the names on them. Like this is the daughter. And even though this deck is Rider-Waite, it is a unique deck. And you've really got to know, because it doesn't have people in it at all. It has animals, like nature and stuff. So, I mean, some of the cards, yes, it is obvious. But, I mean, this is basically like the Rider-Waite. It doesn't have like the wolves or the dogs, whatever. And it doesn't have the stream in between the trees. But, I mean, you can tell. But at the same time, can you? I know I wasn't ready for it when I started out. I remember looking at this deck going, oh my God, I'm not going to figure this out. They have a new Oracle deck out. Okay, so that one, absolutely beautiful deck. Not too small. Great deck to throw in your purse. Or if you're like me, and the reason why you buy them is because you have tiny hands. Little teeny tiny hands. And I have RA and lupus and stuff, so my hands cramp up. They hurt pretty bad. I hurt my wrist at work, so I can't turn it like this. All right, we only got 2 more left. This was my first one out of all of them. And this is when I decided that I liked mini decks. Okay, it comes like this. Cheap deck. And I got it even cheaper. I got it on sale. A friend of mine, sorry, just talking about her makes me think. And she had this deck, but she had the bigger version. She didn't have the Tarot to Go. I think it's called the Essential Tarot book. Yeah, Essential Book of Tarot. is what this book says, but I think the regular version's called that. So anyway, I did have this, I think just on the shelf. No, I had it in one of those drawstring bags. And then I stuck it back in the box, And I had the book with it, because the book can come off. So when I got these, I fell in love. I bought them when we've lived here 11 months and a few weeks. So, or 11 months. Where did that come from? We're going on 2 years. Sorry, 23 months. And I bought these right after we moved in. That was when I was out of work due to my thyroid. These are different. I really had a big connection with them. Okay, see, I was talking to you about the, not the last deck. I think it was the deck before that. Yes, the cat one. The Pagan Cats. So I was telling you they have the different words, different languages. Well, they were in like, kind of like this little, what do you call that? Not a ribbon, a label, I don't know, banner or something. Kind of like that. But anyway, I really connected with these when I got them, and I loved the size. I really love the Page of Water. I obviously got that card a lot. So yeah, I really liked these at first. I have to add that. Once I started getting more decks and I started getting connected to other decks, I never did pull this one back out. I haven't touched this one in probably over a year. So I loved it. I really did love this one. I love the size. It's not too small, not too big. You know, the line strider, when it came in the mail, I was like, filling the package. I'm like, where's it at? There's nothing in here. It's empty. And I pulled it out and I was like, oh my God, just imagine. What's in it is even smaller than this box. I should have got the bigger one and got used to that one. And then when I'm going somewhere, I'll just grab that one because I've already connected to it. I feel like I would connect to the larger deck first, if that makes sense. All right, I think this is my newest deck. This one. All of them are fairly new, and I say fairly like, I started buying them in April. Well, this one came out not long ago, but while I was waiting for it to come out, you know, I was gonna pre-order, and I was like, and I ended up not, and then I just let a bunch of time pass, and yeah, well, I think I talk about it on the video. But yeah, just that one I just showed you is the only one I first started with, and all of these have been recent. I don't know why it took me so long, but it took me a minute to find more, and then I found a whole bunch. And plus, more and more decks are coming out with the mini. They usually don't come out with the mini first. Sometimes they do. But usually they don't come out with the mini first. They come out with it like years later. So, just because you're just now seeing it does not mean it's new. Trust me. Okay, this deck. Awful. It's literally paper. I've never seen something so cheap in my life. Actually, I have. I have a deck that I fell in love with, but it comes in this bag. I'll show you guys some other time. We'll do like nicer versions of Rider-Waite. Something that, you know, that really looks like the actual Rider-Waite. Not something that like these. But like a pink version or whatever. We'll do stuff like that one day. So I have a card in this book. I don't like that this book is totally black and white and there's no pictures in it. I was not a fan of that at all. Like, it's really hard to find what you're looking for. So, but this is the pocket edition. So it's the Osho Zen Tarot, the Transcendental Game of Zen. I don't know why it says game. The pocket edition. So, it's weird. Like, they're short but wide. I don't know. And the quality is not good. The quality of none of it. The quality stinks. But what you're getting here is, you're getting what's on the cards, okay? And that's what's important. And the book, it has quite a bit of information. And I haven't got to do a lot with it yet, but I think on the back of the book, it says you can, for different languages, audio, all that stuff, you can scan that. This is unique. I'm still trying to figure this one out, but it comes in like different categories, and I still haven't figured that out yet. 79 cards in this deck. It's a very unique system. I'm not going to speak a lot on this one because we're going to have to do a review on this after I've got more time to spend to look at it. It's based on it. Wow. I think it's based on it. Like, instead of the... It's more like got the meanings of the card. So I'm having to edit that part because you could tell how confused I was because I did not do a review on this before I'm speaking on it. So I'm going to have to do a review on this deck. But this is a very unique system. But I think it's based on the Rider-Waite. It's just instead of the names of the cards, it has the meaning. Like, courage. We are the world. The source. Projections. Experiencing. Comparison. Healing. Integration. Anyway, I'm not for certain yet, so I can't speak on that. It's not right for me to speak on something I'm not sure of yet. I try to do a reading, but I haven't run into the book very much yet. So I don't have a lot of free time, and when I do, I have a lot of health problems that I'm dealing with. And I'm letting my job get to me right now. So I think it's making me physically ill, unfortunately. And that is why I am in my PJs. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I will be doing more reviews. I'll be doing more videos. I can't promise you. It's not right for me to promise you things that I can't do. I'm way behind on the second season of my series. I want to do new things, fun things, exciting things, and you just have to give me some time, please. Don't give up on me, and I will have a second, possibly third channel coming out. I've got to get some equipment, blah, blah, blah. I am kind of in a rut. I'm not, but I am. Like, I'm okay right now, but if my work continues to go the way it is, yeah, it'll be bad. So, I don't want to talk about my plans on here, but anyway, thank you for stopping by and checking it out. I'm going to try to get these decks put away and get another one started tonight. I mean, I didn't put my makeup on for nothing, so. Oh, I just realized something. The reason why it's so dark is I don't have my big tripod in here, so usually it has a bright light on it. And speaking of, the case that I was going to buy for my new phone, it is a selfie light. Like the case is, and I didn't get it. And then it went on sale, and I was like, oh, I should get it, and I hadn't got it yet. And oh, let's just say my car payment's due right now, and I haven't made any cash the last two doubles. I made $10 the first day, $14 the second. So I made $24 in 4 shifts in cash. I mean, they owe me credit card tips, but I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna have to hold off on some things. All right, anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Stay witchy.